active weather heading into the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend too. First things first, Thursday is an impact day as we are expecting some scattered showers and thunderstorms during the day. The main time frame for this looks to be between about 9 o'clock in the morning through about 6 o'clock late in the afternoon. There's a low end threat that we could have a few severe thunderstorms with strong winds and large hail being the main hazard. So we don't expect this to be a widespread event where everybody sees these strong storms, but there will be some scattered storms that do roll through. There you can see much of central Alabama is under a marginal threat for some of those isolated severe storms. And so as we show you the future cast, again, showers are expected to increase in coverage, some thunderstorms ongoing as we get closer to lunchtime or into the early afternoon hours. And then watch as we go forward in time, some of those storms start to take on what looks like a little bit of a bowing effect. And so those could very well generate some stronger damaging wind gusts as they blow through from west to east. Now, heading into the end of the week for Saturday specifically is an alert day, but we think it could start late Friday night and could linger into Sunday morning as we are expecting multiple rounds of severe thunderstorms, including tornadoes, damaging winds perhaps up to 70 miles an hour and some very large hail too. Meteorologist Riley Brown is with us. She can talk more about some of these hazards and also give us an idea of the timing of these storms this weekend.
Steph, we're going to have plenty of instability, something that we've lacked with the past few events early this spring. And so we think that this could be a very significant risk. There's an enhanced risk covering almost the entire state of Alabama, and that's back off into Mississippi and Georgia as well. As Steph mentioned, tornadoes are possible, damaging wind gusts, I think a high threat, some very large hail. We're going to have some cold air aloft, and so in the tall updrafts, hail is able to form. A closer look here, again, we are all highlighted in orange. That is a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather on Saturday. Let's talk about storm fuel or instability. So early Saturday morning, it is heightened over Mississippi, but we're going to have ample amounts of storm fuel early Saturday morning. Through the afternoon, it looks like it wanes a bit, but if we still have some daytime heating and the clouds aren't kind of shielding all of that, we could see plenty of instability through the afternoon and evening to see strong storms on Saturday. And so really the timeline is pretty broad. Friday night into early Saturday morning, we could see some of those individually rotating storm supercells like Steph was showing you on the future cast before we see more of a convective system into the afternoon hours of Saturday and into Saturday night. And so we think that the greatest severe risk will be on Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. But that being said, we want you to be on guard even in the early hours of Saturday, and then some of these may linger into early Sunday morning, but likely getting out of here before sunrise. We do have some beautiful days the next two days. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I hope that you will enjoy some time outside as temperatures climb into the upper 70s, very warm. Thursday is an impact day, scattered storms, limited severe risk, but some of those storms could exhibit some strong characteristics. But as we get into Saturday, we really want you to be on guard and ahead of time, make sure that you have a way to receive warnings and stay plugged into us. Back to you.
All right.